In this episode, I popped along with Head Full of Snakes launch party, which is a magazine that's produced here in Christchurch. And but first, caught up with a few mates at a cafe. It was a bloody wet day, actually. As we'll find out later, had a few dramas which weren't caught on camera. But anyway, this nice Suzuki cafe racer and Lee, the other friends that we sort of just recently met, headed up over to Littleton to meet the Head Full of Snakes crew, which is where they started. That was an MT-09, quite a nice bike that. Heading through the Littleton tunnel, pretty much the visibility on the GoPro is better than what I can see out of the helmet because you don't get the fog. And out into the rain again. So Littleton is our little harbour for Christchurch. Was featured in the Peter Jackson film The Frighteners. Anyway, this is where we all met up, behind a bar that we often go to, the Wonder Bar. And then we discovered this amazing car collection that's hidden away. A few rarities. And this was a beautiful bike, an early water-cooled Scott, I believe, a TT replica. Not too sure what year, probably 30s. And the guy that rode it was amazing. I couldn't keep up, especially on the twisty bits. This was an amazing chopper. I saw it a couple of years ago at one of the other rides. And here's Paddy's Indian Chief. And a Norton Commando 2.
Looks really
this is
good.
That water-cooled bike again. See that radiator. Amazing technology for this day. So already we were a little bit damp. Knew that we had a couple of hours. Here's an old mate of mine, Lee, aka John Lennon. He's someone who I used to do a lot of scootering with as well. So headed out of Littleton towards Diamond Harbour. Well, actually not Diamond Harbour, Governor's Bay. A lot of debris, a lot of crap on the roads, and pretty much zero visibility out of my helmet, but sort of winging it along. There's a nice R80 in front of me. It's all being done up cafe racing. And I was chatting to the guy who is the son of the owner, and he's talking about how he got the sweet sound, and I might try and do some tweaking to mine as well. Make it sound a bit louder. So basically this whole area is a crater rim from a sort of prehistoric volcano. Here's Lee turning off. It was just a little bit too wet for him. Don't blame him, I wish I'd done the same. I had a little bit of an accident later on, I kind of mentioned before. Didn't actually get it on camera, but it's probably because I haven't ridden a big bike on gravel before. So actually landed in the grassy side bits. So there's no real damage to the bike, but bruised my shoulder and cracked my GoPro lens, or waterproof housing. Anyway, this is heading down the straights, heading towards Gibby's Pass. It's a nice stretch, one of the first stretches of roads after quite a windy bit of roads beforehand. And sort of regrouping again. This is this amazing chopper, really colourful, I quite like it actually. It sounded pretty good too. Quite a lot of us had problems starting because it was getting quite cold and wet, and you know, we'd stop for 10 minutes or 20 minutes or an hour at the pub, and it was pretty much impossible. So I headed off, get some good footage on the camera of people passing. This is one of my favourite little roads that's quite local. Some nice bends. So I thought this might be a good opportunity to get some money shots for the ride. There's that Scott. Probably keep pronouncing Scout, but it's a Scott. is pretty swish little mini. Someone's joining us on the right. Another straight, up to maximum speed. And making our way to Little River. There's a little pub just before Little River where we sort of congregated and sort of dried ourselves by the wood burner, because by now we were pretty saturated. Even though I had waterproofs, I was probably wetter on the inside than the outside. Here's Brent and off some steam. Alright Luke, tell us a bit about the magazine.
Okay, so this is the 4th issue of Head Full of Snakes, which is kind of a... No, it's a motorcycle magazine. I guess it's a bit of a weird motorcycle magazine, partly because we make it in a funny way. It's all printed by hand. This one's a limited edition of 750 copies. We're making it for 4 or 5 years now. And this one's a special issue. It's about a trip we did around America last year.
Oh, sweet. And where can we pick up the magazine?
You're best to get it off the website, which is www.headfullofsnakes.com.
Oh, wicked.
I've got a blog as well, but the blog has a link to the website where you can buy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, cheers. If you're keen, I'd really recommend getting a copy of Head Full of Snakes. Comes with a little flexi disc for those who don't know what that is. It's a little thin record. Luke's in the band, and I think some of his music is on that, and other people's. So yeah, I haven't actually seen this year's copy yet. I was a bit too wet to take one home, so I'm going to order one from the website as well. Anyway, we decided to head over past Pigeon Bay, I think it is, in Diamond Harbour, the back way, which is quite gravelly, and since it was bloody windy, a lot of trees had fallen onto the road and a lot of debris, and it was pretty much torrential rain, which, as you can see, I'll ride. So I haven't actually ridden on gravel before, so well, on a big bike at least, so I wasn't quite used to the sort of sensation of going over the loose gravel and the ruts and so forth. So as I mentioned, yeah, had a bit of an accident. Only sort of twisted the indicator light and bent the mirror out of shape, so lucky I got crash bars on the side of me airhead, but I did sort of whack my shoulder on the ground. It was a kind of slow slide. Luckily I didn't hit anything, but it kind of knocked my confidence, and I think it was just rider fatigue, wet, cold. We stopped to fix the Scott bike, or that water-cooled 1930s TT replica, and by which time I was pretty shattered and sort of got the sort of target fixation problem where you look where you're going to crash rather than look where you should be going. And on tarmac it's easy, but I just found with the gravel you really had to focus all the time, and there was pretty much no visibility out of my helmet. But I was alright. A nice chap helped me get back on the bike, and kind of joined the others as well back at the Wheat Sheaf, which is the next pub further along, which I didn't actually film in this. Yeah, but then later on we headed back to Smash Palace, where where the actual launch happened for the magazine, and there was quite a lot of copies there for sale and so forth. So I'll let you enjoy those sort of scenes of the launch. Once again, thanks again for watching. Subscribe and comment. And it might be a while till I get back on the bike again. I'm going to put my registration on hold for a couple of months during the winter, which I'm not completely wussy, but I just thought I'll save a bit of money and just take a bit of a break.
Really, it had sounded really scripted. At least it had a sound to it.
Anyway, till next time, cheers, and I'll see you next time.